officially summertime.
Tell them I can be a fighter if you want. I'll be there to catch you if you fall. I can make it brighter when it's dark, when it's dark. I tell them I would do it all for you, and I know you do it for
Happy
me
June,
too.
you guys. Welcome back to the vlog. Welcome to the monthly reset vlog for June. I am so excited. It's officially summer, even though I know the summer solstice isn't until later this month. I know, but in my heart and in my soul, it is summertime. We are also completely disregarding the fact that it is 60 degrees outside and pouring rain, and it kind of has been for the last 2 weeks straight, and it's going to for the next week straight also. But again, maybe not in reality, but in my heart and my soul, it's summertime. Either way, it is June 1st, so we are getting all reset for the month of June in this video. If you guys have been here before, you know the drill with these monthly reset vlogs. I do them every single month to help myself get ready for a brand new month and get myself started on the best possible note for a brand new month. You guys, I need everyone to be proud of me, please. Or golf claps for Charlotte, okay? My apartment is so clean. It's so clean. Look how clean. Okay, the plants are in my sink because I was watering them this morning, but I have been doing such a good job keeping my apartment clean and tidy in like the weekly resets that I've been doing. I have been filming and posting those over on Instagram and TikTok, so if you guys want to see more like apartment reset content from me, those are short form videos over on my Instagram and my TikTok. We actually just hit 10K on TikTok, which is so cool, so thank you guys so much for that. I'm actually planning a very special celebration for that, but it's kind of on delay right now because I'm waiting for one thing to ship. Anyway, the whole point is I've been doing those weekly resets over on Instagram and TikTok, and it has been helping me keep my apartment much cleaner than normal. So we are going to start this video like normal by doing a quick little apartment reset. It's just going to be a little bit more of a tidy and like wiping everything down, but it's not going to be like the big clean that I've had to do in previous months because I've been keeping my apartment clean like as I go, which for me, that's a big win. But I'm so excited for this reset. We are going to clean up my apartment. We are going to go to the grocery store, which I don't normally do in these monthly reset vlogs, but it's something that I want to do for June. I'm trying to like get back on my good habits. I'm actually planning an entire series for June about like getting back to good habits, getting out of a slump, and leveling up for the second half of the year. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be a series of 3 videos coming later this month. But I am trying to start the good habits early. So we're going to go to the grocery store, get all the ingredients that I need to meal prep my meals for this upcoming week. Obviously, we are going to recap the goals that I had for May and set some new goals for June. We will obviously be doing book club. I have lots to talk to you guys about in book club this month. I am so excited. And like usual, we will wrap it up with my bullet journal. So there's a lot to get to in this video. I am so excited. But without any more rambling and without any more further ado, let's just jump right into this reset vlog and quickly clean up my apartment.
I got this boy on my mind that I can't live without. Oh, his eyes are killing me. And he keeps talking about everything that he likes, and I can't stop listening. I'm thinking about him all the time. I'm thinking about him all the time. I'm thinking about him all the time, all the time. And my heart's beating fast when he's looking like that. Oh, his smile is killing me. It's the way that he moves and the way that he laughs, so I can't get enough. Thinking about him all the time. I can't get him off my mind. Oh, I want him to be mine, to be mine. My heart is saying yeah. You know I want him now. My heart is saying yeah. I told him I can be a fighter if you want. I'll be there to catch you if you fall. I can make it brighter when it's dark, when it's dark. I told him I would do it all for you, and I know you do it for me too. I can be a fighter if you want, if you want. I can be a fighter. I can be a fighter if you want. I can be a fighter if you want. All the way that I feel, yeah, I know that it's real, 'cause I can get him out of my head. I don't care what we do, everything's feeling new, even if we stay in bed. My heart is saying yeah. You know I want him nah. My heart is saying yeah.
Okay, the apartment is all clean. There wasn't like a ton that I needed to do, but it still feels good to get it done. Next up, we are going to the grocery store to stock up on everything that I need. I'm gonna go to Trader Joe's first and try and get everything that I can at Trader Joe's, and also get some new flowers. I have roses right now and they are literally dead and drooping and just so depressing. So I'm gonna go to Trader Joe's, try and get everything that I need at Trader Joe's. Joe's, and then if there's anything they don't have, there's a Harris Teeter down the street that I'm gonna go to stock up on anything that I can't get at Trader Joe's. So before it starts pouring rain again, the sun is actually out for like 5 seconds, let's head over and stock up on groceries for the week.
I told him I can be a fighter if you want. I'll be there to catch you if you fall. I can make it brighter when it's dark, when it's dark. I told him I would do it all for you, and I know you do it for me too. I can be a fighter if you want, if you want. Yeah, I can be a fighter. I can be a fighter if you want. I can be a fighter if you want. Yeah, I can be a fighter. I can be a fighter if you want. I can be a fighter.
Alrighty, we are back from the grocery store. I actually only ended up going to Trader Joe's because they had pretty much everything that I needed. There was only one thing that I needed that they didn't have, but I'm gonna need to go back to like a regular non-Trader Joe's grocery store probably tomorrow or later in the week anyway, because I need to get stuff for my special like 10K TikTok celebration. So I was like, okay, whatever, I'll just get whatever else that I needed that they didn't have at Trader Joe's tomorrow. So it actually worked out perfectly. We've got my little reusable bags here, and let's do a quick little grocery haul before we dive into the rest of this reset video. First up, my flowers for the week. I decided to get lilies. These smell so good. There's also only one in here that's bloomed so far. The rest of them are still little buds, so I feel like hopefully these are gonna last a little bit longer than a week. I wanted to get blue and white hydrangeas because I feel like those are just perfect for June, but they only had white ones and I really wanted the blue ones. So I decided to get lilies instead. We used to have these all the time in college. It was my roommate's favorite flower, and this is the first time that I'm getting them for this apartment. So I'm really excited about these. I also got a live basil plant. I am so excited about this. I've been wanting to get live basil for the longest time because I have this vision of having like a little live herb garden in my kitchen. I just think it would be so cute to like put them right on this wall right here. I could get like a 3-tiered planter or something to hang on the wall, and I would have like basil, I could do parsley, I could do oregano, just like live herbs that I feel like would just add a little bit more to my kitchen, and it would also like add a little bit more greenery because obviously there's not enough green going on in here already. I just think this is gonna be so cute, and I've wanted to do this for so long. I actually tried to grow my own basil once and it did not work. I just got this one. It's like in a little pot. It's like actually growing out of the ground, and then whenever I want to use basil, I can just pluck off the leaves and chop them up, and I have fresh basil. Rest of it, we're just gonna go rapid fire. I got eggs, spaghetti, heavy cream, more butter, cottage cheese. I got julienne cut sun-dried tomatoes because I'm gonna make that sun-dried tomato shredded chicken primavera pasta that I made, I think on the last episode of Chefing with Charlotte. I don't know. In a recent episode of Chefing with Charlotte, I made this sun-dried tomato pasta and it was so good. So I got more sun-dried tomatoes so that I can make another round of that. I got this spinach tortellini for a night that I just don't feel like cooking. And chicken breast, restocked my sourdough bread. I don't know what they put in this, but it is so good. Broccoli. I got 2 packages of green beans because both the recipes that I'm making this week have green beans. Some little baby carrots to snack on. A package of lemons. These ones are naturally seedless, which rocks because I hate fishing lemon seeds out. A bunch of baby red potatoes. And to wrap it up for a little sweet treat, I got these Scandinavian Swimmer gummies. These are so good. So that's a little grocery haul. I'm gonna put all this stuff away and then we will start chatting about goals and getting into the rest of this reset vlog. Alrighty, let's do a little May recap and go over my May goals and see how we did. I'm not expecting this to go well. I will put a screenshot up on screen so you guys can follow along. First goal for May was to get 5,000 or more steps per day. I'd say we did this like half of the time. I was not very dedicated to my walks in May. I will say in my defense, this is actually a pretty stupid defense. It was raining a lot in May. Like there were several weeks where it rained non-stop. I say that's a dumb excuse because I do have a gym in my building and also a gym in my office building, both of which have treadmills that I could have used. So it's kind of a lame excuse. I did find though that on the days when I started taking the metro to work, which I started doing in May, I did meet this goal because I have to walk about an hour round trip to just get to and from the metro stations. So on my morning commute, grand total would be about 30 minutes of walking, split up between walking from my apartment to the metro and then from the metro to my office building, and then again just in the reverse order on the way home, so from the office to the metro and then from the metro to my apartment. So I was walking, I feel like more, but it wasn't like dedicated walks in May. So next up, I wanted to prep podcast content 1 week in advance. We're also gonna say half on this one because I planned out all of the concepts and all of the like themes for each episode about a week in advance, but actually recording and editing and scheduling them to go live, that didn't really change. I was still doing that the night before most nights. No phone in bed and charging my phone across the room, I actually did do pretty well at, but less than 6 hours of daily screen time, I know for a fact we did not achieve. I'm kind of scared to go into my screen time. Okay, so beginning of May, we were averaging 6 hours and 51 minutes. Second week of May, we were averaging 7 hours and 5 minutes. Third week of May was 7 hours and 50 minutes. And then last week was 9 hours and 29 minutes. So I actually got worse as the month went on. So gonna need to get that back in check for June. And then lastly, my final goal for May was to read 2 books, which I am very proud to say we did achieve. So overall, not like my best month ever for goals. I will say overall, I feel like May was a pretty good month. Like I enjoyed myself. I had a lot of fun in May. Like a lot of really exciting things happened in May. Obviously, like I mentioned earlier, I hit 10K on TikTok. I've had some really exciting brand partnerships in May and that we got like finalized in May for the upcoming like months in the summer. I started taking the metro, like I mentioned, to work. So like that's been really fun. I feel like that's been giving me more time in the evenings. Like I've been getting some time, like free time back to myself. I can't talk too much about this, but I also had an exciting development, I guess, in my corporate job. I'll be going on a business trip to LA in July, which is so exciting. I've never been to LA before, and I've been on a couple different work trips before, but they're usually just to New York City. So this one is like a big one. We're going and spending a couple of nights in LA. Obviously, I cannot disclose like why we're going or what it's for, but it is a business trip and I am so excited. But that's really exciting. Like I said, I feel like we had a lot of exciting things happen in May. It was just overall like a pretty decent month. There were some things though that I have identified, like we talked about in my goals, that I wasn't really focused on in May, and I kind of want to spend June like getting ready to level up, I guess. I want to spend the second half of 2025 channeling my inner productive person, like channeling my inner hustler, really like locking in, because I feel like I have been, I don't know, I just feel like I've been a little bit scatterbrained the first half of 2025, where I'm like, I have so many things going on and I feel like I can like better organize the way that my life is set up and all of that kind of stuff. So like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be doing that little 3-part series in June all about like kind of pulling my life together so I can become that best version of myself for the rest of 2025. But for now, I think I just want to set my overall goals for the month to kind of help me like get an outline for where I want to go. So let's go ahead and dive into my Notion so we can set up some new goals for June.
Heart is saying yeah. I wanna now. Yeah. I told him I can be a fighter if you want. I'll be there to catch
Okay, let's chat about these monthly goals for June. There's actually quite a few of them, but that's okay. I have a vision for how I want this month to go, and I'm very dedicated to making sure that it goes that way. And we're gonna switch things up, keep it fresh and interesting. I feel like I always put the screenshot on this side of the screen, so we're gonna put it on that side of the screen today. So these are my monthly goals for June. There are 7 of them, but I feel like I'm kind of building on habits that I've already started setting up in the past, so I feel like it's not going to be super overwhelming to try and achieve all of these, hopefully. First up, number 1 on here is to get back down to under 6 hours of screen time per day. My screen time was so high in May because I was just not being disciplined. Like I found a bunch of stupid like games on my phone and I started playing them again. Literally just wasting time, wasting screen time, rotting my brain. Like it wasn't even doom scrolling that did me in this month or last month. It was the stupid like iPhone games. I am going to be really scaling back the amount of time that I'm spending on those to try and get under that 6 hours a day of screen time. Kind of going along with that, the second goal on here is to finish everything on my to-do list before I get TV time. If you guys were following along with my weekly vlogs in May, you know that I started watching Grey's Anatomy. So good, literally so good. I'm on season 5. I think I just saw the season 5 like premiere yesterday, and it's so good, and it's actually starting to interfere with my ability to get everything else done. So I'm setting a rule, I'm setting a boundary for myself that I am not allowed to just sit and watch TV, like watch Grey's Anatomy, until I have finished everything else on my to-do list. Basically, I'm gonna try and like dangle that out in front of me as like a carrot on a stick to try and like incentivize myself to finish everything on my to-do list. Like if I want to watch an episode, get everything else done, then you can watch your TV. be. Thirdly, I have 5,000 steps per day. Again, this is something I'm carrying forward from previous months. Hopefully, now that it's June, the weather is going to clear up and it's going to be a lot nicer and we'll be able to get outside more and actually go on those outdoor walks. But on those rainy days, just gotta go to the gym. Just gotta start using the treadmills. Also going along with that in like the fitness element, I am going to start a membership at Bash Boxing. You guys know I actually did an influencer class with them back in April and I loved it. And I've been wanting to sign up for a membership, but in May I just kind of had to like rearrange a few of my finances to like make sure that I could add the expense of a gym membership into my budget, but we have got it all sorted out. So in June, I'm going to be joining Bash Boxing as a member. The plan that I'm signing up for, I think you get 4 classes a month, which basically evens out to 1 class per week. So I'm putting that on my goals, is to do 1 class per week at Bash Boxing. It just made me feel so good when I went and did it. I love group fitness classes. I find them so motivating and I'm like way more likely to stick to it if it's a group fitness class versus me just like working out here alone in my apartment. My 5th goal is also one that I've had on my goals list before. I don't think it was in for May, but I think it was for April. I want to stick to my morning routine and really make sure that I'm doing my journaling outside to ensure that I'm getting some fresh air every day. I'm getting some sunlight. I'm getting some like outdoor time. I worked really hard in the beginning of the year to really get a morning routine like set up that I enjoy, that makes me feel good, and I kind of started slacking on it in May. So I want to bring that back for June just to kind of like set myself up for success every single day. My 6th goal is to wrap up season 1 of the Sunshine Daily podcast, which I know is kind of sad, but I'd always kind of had it in my head that season 1 was going to be 50 episodes and we just finished 35 last week. So we've got about 2-3 weeks left of the Sunshine Daily podcast. For season 1, I am hoping and like planning on coming back with a season 2, but I am going to take a little bit of a break in between seasons, just kind of like reset, refresh, and come up with some brand new ideas. And then my final goal of June is to read 2 books. As always, I have been doing really well with my reading goal, and I'm on track so far to hit my overall goal for the entire year, which is 25 books. So those are all the goals for June. Let's actually go over and do book club and chat about the books that we've read so far and that I want to read in June. I am actually so excited for my June TBR. So let's head over to the couch, do book club, and chat about these books. Alrighty, welcome to the June edition of book club, our June meeting. Firstly, we're going to talk about the books that I read in May. We had 1 good book in May and 1 book that I did not enjoy in May. First up, I read Maybe Next Time by Seska Major. I listened to this one on audiobook and I absolutely loved and adored this book. I thought it was so well done. I thought it was just so compelling. It was kind of like a Groundhog Day trope where this woman keeps experiencing this day over and over and over. And at the end of the day, like the first time, her husband dies, but then she wakes up and it's the same day all over again. And she just goes through all of these different repetitions of the same day, trying to figure out like how she's supposed to fix this horrible tragedy. And oh my god, it was just so good. I really enjoyed this book. I related really hard to the main character. She was like super ambitious, super passionate, like had so many things going on in her life that she was trying to juggle and trying to figure out like her priorities and what was important to her. And I just like, oh my god, this book, like I loved it. I really did enjoy this book. So I gave this book 5 stars on Goodreads, which I will have linked in the description if you guys want to be friends on Goodreads. But I also joined Fable a couple of days ago. So if you guys are also on Fable, I will link my Fable information down in the description if you guys want to be friends on Fable. You can actually create book clubs on Fable. So I've been thinking about making like a book club. So if you guys are on Fable, let me know if you'd be interested in that. But anyway, that was my first read of May and loved it. 5 stars. Second book of May was honestly a major letdown for me. We had A Novel Love Story by Ashley Poston. I was so disappointed in this book, which was really upsetting because The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston is one of my favorite books of all time. And this one just did not have the same magic that The 7-Year Slip did. I really didn't even kind of understand the story. I found it really hard to get into. I didn't understand like the relationship between the main characters at all. Like it felt super forced. I didn't really even like the protagonist, like the actual main character. She just didn't really like strike me as somebody that I enjoyed. Overall, I kind of just felt like, what was the point? of this book. And I've felt that way a couple different times about other books in the past, and it sounds kind of silly because like you could argue that about any book, be like, well, what's the point of any book? But I don't know, it wasn't working for me. So this ended up being a 2-star read for me. Honestly, I skimmed like the second half of this book. I was just not interested at all. Like I didn't really care. Kind of like the crux of this story is that the main character finds herself in the fictional town of her favorite book series. But the thing is, the book series that she loves is also fictional. So like she has this attachment to these fictional characters that like she's read their stories and she's read their books and she's super attached to them, but like they're not real books and they're not real characters to you as the reader. So it was really hard for me to like feel as strongly about the like fictional characters that she felt so strongly about, because I hadn't read the books that she had read. Like I hadn't read the like fictional series that she's obsessed with in this book. So I felt like that didn't really translate, and that was obviously like a major part of this book. So I am disappointed. I know a lot of people were excited about this book also, and a lot of people said that I would like this book. I really wanted to, it just wasn't for me. Honestly, I kind of hesitate to even include this one because I think I'm gonna have to give up on this book, but this is The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Young. I have been reading this book since March and I've made no progress. I don't really want to DNF this book because there's nothing like wrong with it. I just literally haven't picked it up in over a month, and I don't really feel compelled to like finish reading this story. So I'm not saying that I'll never read this, but I am saying I'm gonna stop giving you guys updates about this book because it has been in every reset vlog since March, and that's just feeling a little excessive. So don't expect to hear anything more about this book unless I finish it and actually tell you guys my opinions on it. But otherwise, I'm going to finally put this book down and stop carrying it forward with me through every month, even though every single month I'm not reading it. So those are the books that I read in May. Now on to the books that I want to read in June. I'm so excited about both of these books. I am a little bit nervous, I guess, for whether or not I'll actually be able to read both of these books in June, because both the books that I have picked out I want physical copies of, and usually I've been doing like reading one physical book and listening to another one on audiobook, but it's fine. I'm really excited about both of these books, so I think that I will make my way through them in a reasonable amount of time. And who's to say I won't find a third book that I want to listen to on audiobook. But first up for June, we have The Wedding People by Alison Esbach, I think is her name. I am so excited about this book. I have had this on my TBR since the beginning of the year, and as soon as I saw the cover, I knew that I wanted to read this in June. So now June is finally upon us, and I am so excited to read this book. I actually got a copy of this from Pango Books. If you guys are like OGs back from my main era, you might remember Pango Books. This is not sponsored at all. I just think Pango Books is a great app. It's where you can like buy and sell secondhand books that are like pre-loved and pre-read. So somebody was selling their copy of this book for I think like $5, and I purchased it, and it'll be here midway through the month, hopefully. Shipping from Alaska. So, but it was also significantly cheaper than if I had just gone to a regular bookstore and bought it. But I'm so excited about this book. I think it looks so summery. I think it looks so good, and it gets really, really good reviews, which I'm excited about because I feel like I've had a couple flops recently and I'm ready for some wins. Next up, the second book on my list for June is Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This book is being published on June 3rd, and I am so excited. I have plans to go to my nearest Barnes & Noble and buy this book immediately on the day that it launches. You guys know I love Taylor Jenkins Reid's books. I think they are so good. I think she's one of my favorite authors. I've read multiple books by her, but the two that I've loved the most were obviously Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo and Malibu Rising, which I have up on that shelf. I actually have Seven Husbands over there. But I just love her writing style. I feel like the stories are so good. They're like timeless, and I'm really hoping that this book lives up to the hype of those two books and kind of like follows along in their footsteps, because it sounds really, really good. The little like one sentence synopsis says, it's an epic new novel set against the backdrop of the 1980s space shuttle program about the extraordinary lengths we go to live and love beyond our limits. So that sounds absolutely incredible, and I'm very, very excited for that. But those are the two books that are currently on my list for June. Again, I may add a third one on audiobook just so I can have something to listen to while I'm like commuting to and from work. But I'm really excited about both of those books. It's been actually a long time since I've been like super duper excited about books, so fingers crossed that they live up to the hype. But that's gonna wrap up book club for June. Let's actually head back over to my desk and work on my bullet journal to round out this entire vlog.
There to catch you if you fall. I can make it brighter when it starts. can be a fighter if you want. I can be a fighter if you want.
I think these might be my favorite bullet journal spreads that I have ever done. I am actually so obsessed with these spreads. I'm just on such a roll. I was so inspired. Like, I didn't realize I had such a clear vision for June, but I love these spreads. First though, I want to show you guys, I ended up redoing my May cover page. This is what it looked like at the beginning of May when I did it last month. Like in the last monthly reset vlog, I doodled this page and I wasn't totally satisfied with it. Like, I knew immediately as soon as I finished it, I was like, I didn't love it. It just didn't like feel like May. So a couple of days ago, I actually completely redid this. I had some pages that I'd like messed up on earlier that I had taken out of my bullet journal. So I glued them on top of the page that I had before and made this updated cover spread for May. And I just think it's so much better than what it was before. This is just kind of a random pattern of like fun, bright, happy, springy things, and I just feel like it suits May so much better. So obviously we've got like sunshine, we've got a bunch of different types of flowers, I did little like cherries, and then I started doing these little like abstract squiggles and dots, and I think it just looks so good. So I took a little bit of inspiration from this updated May page for my June page, and you guys, it looks so good. Oh my god, I love it. It's like quintessential summer. It's reminding me of like Maine summer. I just love it so much. Obviously, I was very broken up about the fact that I couldn't get blue hydrangeas, so I made my entire June bullet journal blue hydrangea themed. But we've got these little like clusters of blue flowers. Like in my head, those are hydrangeas. We've also got these little like green abstract little like stitches is kind of what I think of them as. And then obviously some lobsters. I was actually really hesitant to add the lobsters, but I'm so glad that I did. I think they look so cute and make it feel more summery. And then I also did some like little lemons and lemon slices, also just to like add a little more color back in. And you guys, I think it looks so good. I'm so proud of this. I think this is like my favorite spread that I've done in my bullet journal so far. Oh yeah, obviously there's also like the blue bows in here. It's kind of like cottagecore themed, like coastal cottage for June, and I just think it looks so cute. We also have my June calendar page. This is a little bit more themed to like the rest of my bullet journal. I feel like all of my calendar spreads look the same. So we've obviously got the actual calendar that I always fill in after I finish filming. We went with a little snake plant on the side for June because I actually think I might be getting a snake plant soon, but we'll talk about that in a future video. Up on this top shelf, we just have some classic doodles. I did like plants, books, another vase of hydrangeas, and then I did my computer and my podcast microphone because like we said earlier, June is going to be the final month of season 1 of my podcast. And then down at the bottom, we also have some more fun summery things. I did like some sliced up watermelon. I did a pitcher of lemonade. And then over here, I also doodled out a little cake. I'm going to be making a cake later today actually, and this is what I want it to look like. That is going to be my TikTok 10K celebration. So I think the calendar turned out really well. I've been loving the theme of like doodling things that are actually relevant to the month rather than just like random things. And then the last spread, this is my classic set of 3 spreads. We have my highs and lows page. I think this turned out so cute. This is obviously going kind of back to the cover page with like the blue, but each page has a line for every day of the month to write down on this side the highlight of every day, and then on this side if there is a low of the day, like if there's a low point or if I'm just having a bad day. I left myself space to write it down here, but my goal is to not have like every single day of the low side fill it out. Originally that's what I started doing back in like the beginning of the year. I was like, oh yeah, every day I'll have a high and every day I'll have a low. And then I was like, you know what, I actually don't want to focus on the lows of every day, but I always want to focus on the highs. So we're hoping that this side is completely full and this side is relatively empty. But again, like I said, we were sticking with the blue theme, so we've got another pot of hydrangeas. I just think these are so fun to doodle. Like once I got the technique down, oh my gosh, I feel like I could doodle these forever. And then for the little title cards, I just did little like framed pictures kind of thing. This one I'm so proud of. This is like a little chalkboard kind of thing. So I colored it in black and then used one of my white gel pens to make the little ampersand, and I just think it looks so good. Obviously we did this one in gingham. This one has like the blue frame, so it's just very cohesive and I am very happy with it. I think it's so perfect for June. In my mind, this is just like June has always been this color, so I'm just so pleased with the bullet journal spreads for this month. I also wanted to show you guys that that I finally filled out this side of like my media tracker spread. So I've had this one since the beginning of the year. This is where I write down like all the TV shows and movies that I've seen. On the actual TV screen is like new stuff that I'm watching, and then down here I have stuff that I've already seen that I've rewatched throughout the year. And then on this side, I had been struggling to figure out what to put here, and I decided to go with my favorite social media content creators because I feel like this is TVs and movies, this is like YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. So I have a computer with my favorite YouTube creators. We've already got some of them filled in. My friend Rebekah Joy is at the top. She is one of my favorite creators. You guys should definitely go follow her if you don't already. She makes such good content, like lifestyle, productivity, routine style content, and she's like sort of in the DMV area also, which is really cool. So I will link her channel down in the description as well. But we've also got Janet and Damahina and Lauren Norris, who are two of my other favorite creators on YouTube. We've got a little phone down here that has some of my favorite creators on Instagram. Like these are people that I'm taking inspiration from when I'm making my own short form content. And then over here we also have TikTok. These are on little like sticky notes. So it's gonna be YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, and then these two extra sticky notes are gonna be for like overflow. But I wanted to show you guys that spread because I haven't updated you on this spread. I've never shown the like finished product yet. And I'm so happy with how it turned out, and I'm so grateful to all these creators for making content because I love all of their content. But with the bullet journal all wrapped up, that is going to be it for this monthly reset vlog. Thank you guys so much for coming along and getting reset with me for a brand new month. I hope you guys all had a wonderful May, and I am rooting for you in June. I hope you guys all have a wonderful June as well. Let me know any of your goals that you have for June in the comments down below. I would love to help cheer you guys on for any goals that you're setting for yourself this month. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like on it for me down below and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I would love to have you join the family. But that's gonna be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.